I'm Ruth on Story Bar with Angel Healing Ministries, and I'm out here in Port Jefferson, the village of Port Jefferson, and we're here today looking at how beautiful this place is. It's so pretty, so beautiful, and incredible. And right across from me is the shipyard building and the Port Jefferson Village Center, I believe it's called. And Port Jefferson is well known for the first weekend of December. They do their Dickens Festival. And you meet Scrooge, you meet Belle, you meet, all the characters from Scrooge. You meet Marley, you meet the Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future. They're all out here. They all come here. They do a show out here, and they have a wonderful dancing at the Masonic Temple over here. And further in town in the village, there's a bunch of little places you can eat food and stuff like that. So the village is not too far away. You just keep walking straight to the right from where I'm standing, and you'll sooner or later get there. But you're going to get a lot of background noise as well, because this is a park, and this is what we have out here, and it's just so beautiful. And behind here is the marina, and as you can see back there. And I was trying to show you this interesting piece of artwork. Hello there, Seagull. And there was this interesting piece of artwork before it stopped my phone. And there's a seagull flying overhead, and I do not know what that piece is. I have no clue whatsoever, but it's very interesting. And of course, we've got policemen walking through the park and making sure everything is okay. And it's just such a beautiful area. If you can see behind me all this beautiful stuff that is out here. It's just so beautiful. It's incredible. I can't believe I've been to Port Jefferson so many times, and I didn't even see this place. It's so strange. But here I am, and I'm with Angel Healing Ministries, and our mission is to guide you on your path to find God, and to show you how important truth and faith are along your journey back on your path back to God, and show you how strong truth and faith are along your journey back to God. And I hope you can see me. I'm not sure about the lighting out here. It's kind of cloudy, as you can see. So that's that. And I'm going to be talking about the spiritual flow. And spiritual flow is basically going with the flow of spirit, allowing spirit to lead you where you're going to go. Like today, I came out here to Port Jefferson. It was on a whim. I wanted to be out here and see my friend Paul. And I met a friend of his that seems really nice. And I see a lot of kids going stuff and a lot of seagull flying by, and there were a couple of swans around here somewhere. I guess they kind of walked away, but that's all right, no problem. Animals don't have a tendency to stay in one place too long. So basically, my friends, but spiritual flow is going with spirit, allowing spirit to guide you, and a lot of us go through that every day, because when we're we may not realize it as of yet, but usually what happens when we may not be paying attention, but all of a sudden, out of the blue, we'll hear something like go right, go left instead of that direction, go in that direction instead of that direction. That's the spirit, your spirit's guides telling you where the safeties are and how to be safe. And I always follow my spirit guides. And they usually lead me to wherever I go, I wind up. And I really enjoy doing this and showcasing all these beautiful places. Again, I think I mentioned the name of this park that I'm in is Harborfront Park, and it's in Port Jefferson. And it's just a really beautiful place. There's a stage over there in the distance. You may not be able to see it from here because it's pretty far. But as you can see, it's a local park, and a lot of people come here right by the marina, and it's really nice and stuff. Before I go in, I'm going off my subject here. But back to spiritual flow. Spiritual flow is an important part of spirit. We connect to spirit, but when we listen to spirit, it connects us to our spiritual flow. And it never directs us in the wrong direction. It always takes us to where we're meant to be, where we're supposed to go. It protects us, watches over us, makes sure we're okay. And I've listened to it and follow it all the time to be on the safe side. And I've helped a few people over time with it. And we are in the spiritual flow of life, my friends. When we're in that spiritual flow, life seems a little bit easier. Things seem to move a little bit better. We don't feel as stuck. We only feel stuck because we get so caught up with so many things in life. bills, problems at home, repairs, things like that. But we never should forget about our spiritual flow, my friends. Our spiritual flow is very, very important. That's when I always recommend that people should take the time and meditate or do whatever brings you to that state. Some people go walk through the park, walk in nature. I often meditate every day. I try and do it twice a day, in the morning and at night, because it helps me start my day, gives me a beginning start for the day. And what it also does at night, it gives me beautiful dreams at night. And spiritual flow, I followed spiritual flow, and I talked a little bit about it the other day when I was in Long Beach, and I was following spirit. I had no idea that I was going to run into a company called Chapters Network, or Chapters Rap Network. And it's a community of all these people that connect all kinds of musicians and spiritualists and sports and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's really an opportunity for anyone out there who's looking to, reflect or do things that they want or get their name out there. And I met a nice, lovely woman. Yeah, was it yesterday? No, it was Saturday. I met this lovely woman, LaShawn, and she was very nice. We had a lot in common, and we had a lot to talk about, and spiritual flow was definitely one of them. And we covered a lot of stories that led us by spirit, that were spiritually, that were all examples of spiritual flow. My whole story that I had that connected me to them was a tortoise, you see. There was a tortoise that this lady was walking around with and showing off. Don't know why they were doing it at the farmer's market, but still, it connected me to this group, Chapters Network, Chapters Rap Network. And from what I can tell, they're really a well-known company. They do a lot for the communities, and it's definitely something that is definitely an opportunity. It's an opportunity. I hope to get them on one of my videos one day. But it was just really nice to actually connect and talk about my spiritual stuff and go with the spiritual flow. You see, I discovered over time, and so will all of you, my friends, discover over time that when we have that spiritual flow and we follow that flow, it leads us to wonderful, wondrous things. We are faced with beautiful, lovely surprises that we weren't expecting. They kind of connect to openness, you see. When we're open, our spiritual flow is open as well. And when we're open with our spiritual flow, like I said, things seem a little bit easier, a little bit better. And the way to stay connected to that spiritual flow is through meditation and prayer. And if you can't do either of those things, you can always find something that's similar to it, like going through a park and cleaning up can lead you into that meditative state. It's similar, because me and my friend Terry were cleaning up a park not too long ago in Nassau County, and it's kind of very meditative when you're doing that, because it's just you and the woods and cleaning up and the sound of the animals and nature. And it's really, really a beautiful, it's a wonderful way of connecting. When I have a hard time connecting spiritually, sometimes I dance. And spiritual dance is another way of bringing in that spiritual flow for us. So you see, there are numerous ways, and you'll find too, my friends, that if you connect to that great spirit within, or the great spirit that's high above, because a lot of people aren't comfortable with calling it God. Some call it God and Goddess, others call it Great Spirit. Whatever you feel comfortable. Others call it Krishna or Radha, Krishna. There are just so many names that this spiritual being goes through. And the thing is, we're all one anyway. We've always been one. We were never meant to be separate. I mean, originally, we came here not knowing what, we came here not realizing where we were going to wind up most of the time. Although before we were born, before we became babies on this planet, we were talking to God in the heavens about the way we wanted our life to go. And sometimes we just kind of, we forget that when we come down to this planet. And then something reminds us about it. Something unlocks it within us and wakes us up. And when we're waking up, we fall right into spirit. And everything falls into place. When you're on the right path, my friends, and you go flowing with spirit, you find that you find yourselves in numerous beautiful places and making connections you didn't know were there. So, my friends, I highly recommend connecting to spiritual and going and moving with the flow of spirit and moving with the flow of life. The more you resist the spiritual flow, the more it seeks you out. I mentioned that in another talk somewhere about another situation. Because the more you avoid what you resist what you're meant to do, the more it will seek you out until you make the decision. And it could follow you through life until you decide. And sometimes it's a spiritual awakening, sometimes it's just something someone says, or sometimes if you're listening, my friends, you wind up someplace special that opens your heart and your spirit and your mind. So, dear ones, take this affirmation with you today. I am open to spiritual flow. I am open to spiritual flow. Claim it 3 times. That's how I do with my affirmations. Claim it 3 times, or as many times as you want, until it feels like it's a part of you. Thanks, my friends, and have a beautiful day, and enjoy the weather wherever you are, and enjoy the blessings and the love, and stay with that spiritual flow. And if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe. Thanks. Have a blessed day and night, and we'll talk to you real soon. We love you. Namaste.